Hello, my name is Elizabeth Lopez. I am a first generation Mexican American who was born in the United States but raised in Mexico, and later on returned in sixth grade for higher education. In ethnics class, I learned about prison lands, labor, race, immigration, and no ban on stolen land. I believe these concepts are important because there is more history than what is taught in textbooks. We are taught one sided history where only the winners get a say, where minorities' voices are silenced for success of the white man. A first generation Mexican American, I've seen my raza be looked down upon because we do not assimilate with the rest. We walk in a room and are looked down all because of the pigmentation of our skin, because of our beliefs, because of our culture. They want our culture but not our people, a structure that endures indigeneity as it holds us out against. Minorities understand their voices had been outcasted. This can be read in a structure, not an event, settler colonialism, and enduring indigeneity. Taco Tuesday, but are discriminated against when we open our stands. Images that were shown in ethnic class speak louder than words. Examples of such is refugees welcomed on native land. Land that was viewed like property rather than a home. Borders that separate families and put kids in cages. Why? A simple answer that was seen in all my relations podcasts states that settler state is based on the idea that land is not used but can be claimed. Is there no longer a sense of humanity? They do not welcome our people, but they do desire profit. The immigration quotas increase as well as xenophobia in society. Prison cells. A cycle of cheap labor and exploitation of minorities. And Angela Davis brings up the statistic that 2 million people out of world's 9 million now inhabit U.S. prison jails, youth facilities, and immigration detention centers. They say they want to rehabilitate us, they want to help us, they want to make us become active members of society, but rather want us to lose our sense of humanity, our basic human functionality, to return to the civilian world just to be locked up again. For them, it's just a life prison sentence, but for us, it's the rest of our lives, behind cells, expired food, and lack of human contact. Our streets are hyper-policed. Our streets are targets now. Our streets are places where we cry for help and no longer know who to call. America does indeed take first place, but at what cost? That the U.S. population in general is less than 5% of the world's total, whereas more than 20% of the world's combined prison population can be claimed by the United States. This can be found in page 11 of Angela Davis. History is written by the winner of the war, or in many cases, the white man. Xenophobia in the air, being afraid of new cultures. This led to Native and Irish Americans being treated under oppression and poor and vilified while contributing to some of the most fundamental work that built America. This can be found on page 134 of Roger. A country built upon the back of minorities for the wealthy, later to be highly taxed for the pleasure of the government. The saddest part is that the government itself erased and then memorialized Indian people in order to steal indigenous people land. This can be found in Canoe's article of 2016. They took their land, forced them to forget their religion and their culture, and even tried to erase them from existence. We shall not assimilate. I will apply this new knowledge to my major as I can see beyond a person. I am able to see that everyone has fought their battles. I will be able to connect history with new events with what I've learned. I learned about prison, lands, labor, race, immigration, and no ban on stolen land. I am majoring in political science with a concentration in history, and I hope to become an immigration lawyer. I hope to see beyond what is written on a police report and see the instances as to how they have ended up here. If they need rehabilitation, if they need extra resources. I hope to further pursue my career and be appointed to be a judge one day. I hope to make a difference in the world and see beyond the person and truly see their background.